Hello, hi everybody. This is Fred from Metalobs TV and metalobs.com in France, in the world, and we go to Denmark, to the country of the small siren. I don't know how we say in
Little
Copenhagen.
Mermaid.
Yeah, yeah, Copenhagen with Katla. So I have one member. There are three guys in Copenhagen, and they already played in Copenhagen, but he's going to do himself. What's your name and what do you do in Katla, please?
My name is Thijs. I am the bass player and one of the vocalists
Yeah,
in
yeah.
KATLA.
Yeah, because you are three guys, three pieces band, but there is also Rasmus on drums who also sings
Yes.
with you, and Mark on guitars, but he doesn't
Yes.
sing. Yeah,
No.
yeah. But yes, to have two singers, I think it brings a lot of dynamics. Maybe there is a one more black metal oriented vocals, maybe, or screams, and another maybe more growls. I don't know. How do you split the vocal parts?
Well, just for the record, I joined the band
Ah,
in 2022
oh,
because the old bassist, David,
yeah, yeah.
um, didn't have the drive and time to
Yeah.
continue. Um,
Okay.
so they sort of started the whole two singing type
Okay.
deal.
Okay.
Um, So when I came in, I sort of took over from what David was doing. And I think on the new album and with the new songs, we sort of agreed, not without having a sit down. We didn't sit down and discuss, okay, so you're going to do this and I'm going to do that. But it sort of fell into place that Rasmus is doing a lot of the
Okay.
what we
Oh,
call witch screaming.
yeah.
But exactly. But on the actual record,
Yeah.
Rasmus is doing like a lot of low and high growls and all, and I'm doing, maybe, a small percentage of compared
Okay.
to the old songs.
Okay. So can say the main singer maybe is Rasmus.
Yeah, on this album,
Yeah. Yeah. You have
we,
already released three EPs.
yeah, exactly. And like I mentioned,
Yeah.
but there's not we don't really have a dogma about, oh, this needs to be,
Yeah.
or Rasmus is it the songs that we created for this album.
Yeah.
Rasmus came up with a lot of vocal parts
Okay.
and we just went with that. um Very organic and nice, and so yeah, on this album Rasmus is the lead singer, but let's see on the next record.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So live, it means that live you can improve, you can improvise a lot to sing and to your parts and to play. No.
Yeah,
Live on
I think
stage.
we're trying to stick to the songs,
Yeah.
but the we do a lot of back and forth in between the songs.
Okay.
Normally, Rasmus is the one speaking, and then once
Yeah.
we get started, we have a bit
Mm.
of banter back and forth. It's
Okay.
quite
Okay.
nice.
It's
Yeah,
very interesting. So you say you arrived in 2022.
correct.
So you didn't participate to the previous EPs, in fact.
No,
Okay.
actually, I didn't. I
Okay.
No, that was the old bassist.
And the split Overdoser released in 2022. There is a split
Yeah,
EP. You were inside?
no,
No.
that was just before they released it just before
Okay.
I joined.
Okay. Okay. I specify, so you came from Denmark, you come from Denmark, and not to be
Correct.
confused with the other band, very good also, more doom, atmospheric doom, post-doom metal from Iceland, Katla.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, it's, to make not to make confusion. First question, another question. Where does what does it mean, Katla? You know, if you arrived after, but the creation of 2018, the band. But what does it mean, Katla? In fact.
Well, I know the Icelandic band. They have a volcano on Iceland called Katla.
Okay.
That's where they got the name from. But the name in our context
Yeah.
is taken from the Swedish children's book called The Brothers Lionheart by
Okay.
Astrid Lindgren.
Okay.
In this story, there is a tyrant called
Hmm.
oh, what's his name? Tengil.
Okay.
He's a very evil man, and he has this he has, I don't know, bespelled, or he has control over a dragon that he
Oh,
uses.
Okay.
to spread fear and control and
Okay.
dictate.
Oh,
So the name of the dragon, it's a female dragon called Katla, and that's where the name, in our regard, is stems from.
okay. 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 You like House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, stuff like that? TV
Yeah,
series?
I do.
TV?
I
Yeah.
do. I'm really bad at watching TV because I'm always doing, either band stuff or something
Yes.
else. But
Yeah.
that show really caught my attention.
Okay, okay, okay. So now I have to ask you. I wear a t-shirt of Convent. Do you know
Yeah.
them? Because we already interviewed them several times, and it's an awesome band.
Yeah.
Especially I like the bass player, the small bass player. I don't remember her name, but
ID.
ID. Yeah, ID. I used to interview that on stage.
Yeah.
And so, do you know them? Have you already played maybe on stage at Copenhagen Festival or in a
No.
club in Europe?
We talked about doing something. We have the same booking agency.
Ah, okay.
So we talked about maybe doing something, but it didn't quite line up,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. But
Next, yeah.
hopefully it's possible.
Ah, yeah, it will be cool because it's a. So you can say your style of music if you have to put a sticker, but I don't like that. But artists don't like that. But me, I like. You can say you play sludge, a kind of sludge doom metal, but more. I think is the album Scandinavian Pain, so your first album, which is going to release in March on Napalm Records, the same label than Convent.
Exactly.
Also, I think it's more. It's very various, very open, but more. But if you have to put a sticker, yeah, stoners, but sludge metal. You agree?
Yeah, I like you mentioned, we tried to not put a sticker on it, and we didn't sit down and write songs with a different or a specific
Yeah.
genre in
Oh,
mind.
okay. I can
We
feel it.
wanted
So
it to be aggressive and heavy, but besides that, we were open, and that's why we had
uh,
songs like
yeah,
White Dagger and Dead
and
Lover.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
Unapku.
Unapu. Yeah,
Yeah, we are going to speak about that. Unapku, it's a god creator of Mayan civilization from mythology, if I'm right.
yeah, yeah.
Unapku. And this song is not really a song because it's a narration very long. Maybe it's your voice, I don't know, or your colleague.
No,
Tell
yeah.
me more. Ah, but Rasmus, your
Oh,
colleague, is right. Okay,
yeah,
no problem. Come on, come
yeah,
on, come on, guys. Yeah, but tell me more about Unapu.
yeah. Well, actually, that
Uh,
would be a perfect time for Rasmus to step in
Hi,
because
Rasmus.
Hello, what's going
yeah,
on?
Yeah, we are in the interview and welcome. So welcome to Metal Ops. And so we were speaking with your colleague this about Unapku song.
Yeah,
Who is speaking during the long song? And it's not really a song; it's a narration and interlude. But there is a story. Tell me more, guys.
yeah, all right. That's me then, I
yeah.
guess.
That you joined at the perfect time because
I,
Rasmus wrote this story 10 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, 10 years ago
Yeah,
about Unapu, the god creator of Mayan in mythology. It's a very special god in the mythology, Mayan mythology, if I'm right.
yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm gonna start off by saying nice shirt, man.
Yeah, yeah. We just speak before and we talk about you just before. Thank you.
Yeah,
We introduce the band and the guys, who made who in the band, who makes who. So yeah, wait, tell me more about Unapku song because
yeah,
it's in middle in the album. There are 9 tracks, but well, like we said in Scandinavian Pain, it's very various, very open album, but more okay. Sludge, if you have to define it, sludge metal. But tell me more about Unapku. So 10 years ago, you wrote it.
yeah. And then it was kind of put away for a long time, and then it was taken back in as an idea for the album, and it was rewritten
Okay.
many different versions because it had to fit like a song, you know.
Oh yeah, and it was
Um,
maybe in the EPs. No, no, no. There was no demo in the
no, no,
EPs of
no.
the or draft of that. Okay.
No, I don't think it was never the intention. It was supposed to go on an album, you know,
Ah,
or
okay,
book
okay.
it
Ah,
in that
yeah.
sense. It really fit the thematics really well.
Okay, cool.
And then yeah, I think like well for me with the Unapu, that's also it's the term that was used by Christians as in like the only God. You know, it was
Yeah.
like taking all gods and like turning it into like making
Monotheist.
yeah,
Monotheist.
exactly.
Okay.
Which was that was a thing that also happened in Scandinavia, you know, like we had a lot of different old gods, and then they turned it into, for example, they turned it into that Odin was the one above everyone because they're trying to make us, you know, soothe us into the idea of the one and only God, you
White
know.
Christ, I think it transformed to the White Christ, like Unleashed band tell about that, told about that, if I'm right in the after Ragnarok, etc. etc.
Well, everything like pretty
Yeah,
much within like yeah, Viking belief was written into so that it fits
yeah,
Christianity, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Heaven, hell, you know, yeah, good, bad, you know, one, the
yeah.
great father with sons and stuff, you know. So,
Okay,
and the
very,
same thing happened in Mesoamerica,
yeah,
and
yeah.
this is what Hunaku is about, you know. It's, and then it's like obviously taken on a greater thematics about colonization and how, you know, we portray other societies and all that. Yeah, you know that you've heard the song, you know it, right?
Yeah,
Um,
very, yeah, very interesting song.
and yeah, it's narrated by a guy called Dale Smith.
Ah, it's not you. Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, I think he
Oh,
froze.
I
Yeah,
think
really, really nice. Oh, I
no,
froze.
it was frozen. You were stuck in the in the freeze, maybe in Denmark in the winter.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. It's another person who narrows the story. Okay, yeah, low voice.
Yeah.
With an accent. With an accent. Is that an accent?
yeah. Well, he's American, but
Ah,
he has lived in Denmark for 10 years, so he has a really interesting accent. You know.
yeah. Okay, okay, okay. But you didn't choose, or the label Napalm Records didn't choose this song as first single because the two now there are two singles from Scandinavian Pain. There is Taurus, the new one I like, and Death Lover, House of Eight or something like that.
House of Pain, yeah.
House of Pain, yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, I like very much. I think it's Taurus. With it makes me think to a Wayne's World sludge version. You know, with your cars and three
Yeah.
guys go to the tattoo. And you tattooed Napalm Records logo. It's you or your or other colleague on the small place without tattoos on your leg and long
Yeah.
legs like the movie and Napalm Records logo. And I say, oh, but will one day if they quit Lapalm Records, are you going to erase it or to make other thing after a flower? I don't know.
We'll see.
So
But it's Mark, the guitarist, who
I,
put the skin in for that one.
okay,
Uh, yeah.
and we can see you drink a lot of beer in this video song,
Yeah.
and not especially Carlsberg.
Well, it depends. Actually,
At the
like
end, yeah,
if you in the Dead Lover video, we go to this
yeah,
very nice place that has a lot of
yeah.
craft beer.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah. And you after you smoke, and there is something who is missing. You say, and I don't remember what is missing. I don't remember. You say there is something missing. All the
yeah.
elements, and you smoke. You say it's not that, and I don't remember finally what is missing. The thing is missing.
Well,
Uh,
it's Ola that's missing. You know, the guy who's featured in the song. The
yeah,
one.
the producer. No, no. I know the producer. Maybe no, no.
No,
No, oh
the
no.
yeah. You go, Osmus.
Yeah, no, it's in Taurus. The last ingredient is the featuring of Ola from the band Ausku.
Yeah, yeah, for the
Yeah.
screams. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, I remember. Okay, okay, okay. But cool. I will put the link of in the description for the people to understand what we say, and at
Yeah.
the end of the interview, of course, and the two videos. And there is another song, more grindcore, called "Eating Grapes" with Kevin Sharp. Very sharp grindcore, of course. So is it Kevin Sharp as guest from Brutal Truth
Yeah, man.
and Venomous Concept? Yeah,
Well, it's about him. He's not featured on it.
is
Oh,
that
that's right. Yeah.
featuring?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
But it's based on a true story.
Tell me more.
You know,
I know
it's
a bit the guy. I know a bit the guy.
we had the great fortune of touring with a band that he was tour managing,
Ah, yeah, okay.
and that meant a lot of hanging out in the merch booth. and one actually it was one afternoon
Yeah.
Düsseldorf. It was warm and we were eating grapes with Kevin Sharp, and that's what the
Okay.
song is about.
Okay, simply. Okay.
Yeah.
And for which band he was a tour manager? Venomous Concept, maybe? No?
Brujeria.
Ah, Brujeria. Yeah. Oh, Juan Brujo died.
Yeah,
Couple
and
months ago.
Pinche Peach.
Oh, yeah. I
So
used
they
to
lost
interview.
two guys.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
people died from that setup.
Yeah.
Brujeria. And in Mexico, we need Brujeria nowadays.
Yeah.
We
But
need.
that was a great tour and great. We
Oh,
played like 6 shows, but it was very, very,
okay.
very a huge pleasure to meet the crew, the guys.
Ah, okay. And
Yeah.
you send the song and he's okay. He agrees to have his name in the title track.
I think you wrote him about
Yeah,
it.
we have we've spoken occasionally on Instagram,
Oh,
Kevin Sharp and I, and I remember asking him to do the feature, and he didn't reply on that. And then some time went, and I being like, "Hey, is it cool?" And it was just like a yeah, man. And
okay.
then
Okay. Okay.
very,
And
very good job.
he didn't ask you for royalties.
Oh, he's not getting any. He can sue us. I don't care.
Yeah, Grindcore doesn't pay. uh,
Yeah.
okay, so let's speak more about Scandinavian Pain, the title of the album and the artwork, please. Why Scandinavian Pain? I think it's a lot of irony in your lyrics, there are jokes I would say about the song Taurus. But tell me more about Scandinavian Pain and the artwork with the dog, because the dog is. In the past was like maybe in the 19th or 18th century, it was like a sender of evil or misfortune in the countryside. Maybe tell me more
Yeah,
about the dog in the artwork.
yeah, that's correct. That's also that's the one meaning of the black dog. It's to narrow it down. It's English folklore
Ah,
with
okay,
the black dog. The picture is from an old Sherlock Holmes book.
okay. Which one?
And
Which one? Oh, you.
The Hound of Baskerville.
Yeah. Okay, of course.
Yeah. Um, and it was used back in yeah, you're absolutely correct, like 18th century, 19th century, with as a bearer of like with ill intentions and a bad omen, and like the dog
Yeah.
from hell, the hellhound.
Okay.
That's the one side of it, and then in more modern times, the black dog has been used as a symbol for depression as well.
Oh, okay. So it's
Um,
yeah, you worked a lot about this first. It's the first album before you already released two EPs and a split like we said just before with States. But so it means this song Unapu we talk about it was written as a draft maybe 10 years ago, but the band was founded in 2018. But this album, how did you compose it with the three guys you are? How did you rehearse together? You James, you drink beers. When you found the riff, you call the guys like in Taurus. Tell me more about because it's very various and open. This album, I like it.
A lot of beers were had during
Yeah.
the writing of this album.
Okay.
That's for
Okay.
sure.
Sponsored. Okay. Sponsored by Carlsberg.
Unfortunately not.
No, not
So
yet.
that was out of our own pocket. But the songwriting for this album was actually very, very pleasant journey into creativity.
Okay.
I think we were sort of riding on the honeymoon high of a new band member. Me coming into the universe that Mark and Rasmus created,
Okay.
and we just wanted to create some new music. And one riff led to another riff, led to another riff, and we went into the rehearsal space and just jammed out songs.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and then, in the beginning it was like, yeah, let's do some songs, and gradually it shaped itself into songs, and Rasmus brought the lyrics, and all of a sudden we had an album.
Okay. Okay. And after you write the lyrics and speak the vocals, like we said, maybe with this before, but it's you more who sings, Rasmus.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
right.
I would say. Yeah, like it's Thijs and I who sing on the album, but I
Yeah.
think I think I carry the most vocals, wouldn't you say, Thijs?
Yeah. What we spoke about. I on this album, you're the lead singer,
Yeah.
Yeah,
doing the most vocals.
Okay.
yeah. But then like that's also like it's all subject to change, you know, and also like when we play live, you know, it's also like supporting each other and like where if one is having a bad day, the other one can, you know, like carry the weight
Okay.
a little bit. It's not we don't have dynamics in this band with like a lead singer, you know, like even though the word was just used, like to me that's we're a three-piece you know, in that sense.
A triangle, and
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone is a part important of the band and a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Uh,
team.
Triangle
For
of sadness.
example, live,
Yeah.
we always try to make sure that the drum kit is as far up front on
Ah. Yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to have Rasmus be so
Ah.
we're
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
To break with the traditional placement, you know, and have everything up front and have every band member be in the face of the crowd.
Mm. Like Brutus? No. No. Like
No, because
Brutus?
they kind of she sit with like sideways.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Which is super cool, man. Very good band as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very awesome.
From Belgium. Belgium, good beers into also. They have good beers.
Have you
Okay.
interviewed Brutus?
Uh, Me personally, no. My colleagues, yes, yes.
Oh,
But I saw them live. But you, I never saw you live. So I hope to see you live. I know there was the tour with 1914. I already interviewed them and face to face when they came to France. But it's very rare. It's 3 times they canceled the tours, etc., etc. So I know your tour with them was canceled in February. So I'm very sad for you. And I hope I think you are sad too. So do you have new plans maybe to come to France with or without 1914, but or come to play with them or convent? It would be cool in France.
Yeah.
What's the plans like? What's the plans of the show, of coming festivals, tour, European tour, maybe?
We have a few festivals that are already confirmed.
Ah, okay.
And then we have something like that is in the making. And yeah, like for sure we'll come back to France soon enough. Like we were supposed to play, I think, what is it, tomorrow or something? No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think tomorrow was Paris.
Ah, shit.
It was,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
And
so
we were
yeah, yeah. Excuse me.
no, we just the whole tour was awesome, but we really like because we played some of the places on the tour we played before, but being able to play France was for sure a highlight of the
Yeah.
tour.
You never played in France, in fact.
No.
No,
Ah,
no.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Especially this one in Paris because it's on Petite Bain. Is that
Ah,
how you
Petit
say it?
Bain, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, a small club. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
no, a bit. Mm.
yeah, and it's on a boat, you know. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah. Very special. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
yes.
but you can play you in club or big festival. It's okay. On a tent, maybe under a tent.
Yeah, man. Like we
Yeah.
don't care.
We hope if we could either come back touring or do like festivals in around Europe, that would be awesome.
And French festival this year, this summer.
No, we don't have anything planned. But if we get an offer, I'm sure we will
Yeah.
jump at it.
I hope people say that, so that come to Hellfest to play to a Hellfest or Motoculture Festival, is very good
Yeah.
festival in France.
Yeah.
And that's why where I met Dimitri from 1914, and I'm very sad for them, but I hope there will be peace soon in their country.
Yeah.
So okay, but I thank you for the guide. Very last question: do you feel close to the bands like Conan or Dumbcraft, more psychedelic stuff maybe? Do you feel you make your it's the first album, but did you feel close to this kind of band, sludge band, new generation?
If we feel close to it, or
Yeah, yeah, musically, artistically.
yeah, well, and you meant yeah, it's Conan you mentioned, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, you know, like huge inspiration. And I
So,
think yeah, that whole wave of of doom music that happened. Yeah, it's like kind of almost 10 years ago that it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
started, but it's thriving so well. There's so many great festivals that have started because of that. You know, Roadburn really caught on to
Yeah,
it. Death Fest is huge now because of that whole wave of yeah, like modern idea, sludge doomy stuff. And yeah, we love that shit so much. And that's why we play, you know, like that's what we want to do. And we want to be part of that for sure.
okay. But so for Scandinavian Pain album, you are not so very sad, huh? Scandinavian Pain, but it's you are very happy. But guys, I think we can see the video.
Yeah, for sure. We try to like the concept of Katla is love and Satan. So we try to keep it cheerful and spread the love.
Okay. Yeah. But okay. But thank you. I thank you very much, guys. We are going to say bye bye. Thank you. So listen, people who watch this interview, listen to the song Death Lover and Taurus and the whole album because very various, very surprising some moments and very good album and first album. I said so. Come on, and I hope to see you live, guys, very soon in France. Please come on.
Hopefully,
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you for the interview. Bye bye,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
au revoir.